the content that we want to post, any content that we want to post, right? To be good content, it got to be valuable and relevant to whom? To the targeted audience, to your followers, to your fans, right? Or to your intended audience. Maybe it's new, brand new, you want to attract them. It still have to be relevant to whatever they are asking about, right? And when they finally reach our content, the content that we publish, the itself got to be valuable to them, and not just advertisement. Vivian, use blog. That's right. Let's say we bring attention, then we bring them to our blog, and then the blog post itself, the article itself, got to be valuable to them. Then they like, oh yeah, I think I want to subscribe, like that. The thing is this, just like blog, just like any social media post, we got to have that level of consistency, right? Consistent tone, consistent style, consistent frequency, right? So if we are used to posting once a week, for example, which day of the week even, and sometimes some experts out there is sharing with us that say, the timing is important, right? Because if you know your audience well, you kind of know roughly what time will they come and read your post. So therefore, you want to publish them just around that time. Yes, their online persona, right? So this clearly defined audience is talking about their online persona. There's a lot of methods out there. It could be empathy mapping that we talk about in user and experience as well, or it could be templates. You can get templates from there. Even if it's post-it notes, you draw and then you write and then you post it right in front of you. And then when you write the content, you're like writing to them. You're writing to them and addressing their concerns, addressing their questions, right? Remember, relevance. So valuable, relevance, and consistency. So the focus for tonight will be actually taking a message and then look at how we can style it on different platforms. All right, so again, we want to take a message and then we want to style it according to the platform and look at any specifics on each of the platform and what are some of the best practices or recommended practices. Okay, so your message could be in the form of a blog post. For example, you have written an evergreen article, right? It's about lots of knowledge-rich content that you want to broadcast to the world, to share with your followers and everything, right? So therefore, you want to take bits and pieces of this, and then you want to customize to each of these social media. We are going to look at just the main ones tonight, right? In particular, we want to look at Wendy's. So Wendy has a particular message recently as of the creation of the slides. And we want to go over and visit various platforms and see how they are doing it. And let's see if you can catch the same message. So first of all, let's go over to their YouTube video. And I am going to switch over to my browser. Yes. Okay. So at the browser, you will see this is their YouTube page. I'm just going to flip through their YouTube, their Twitter, and Facebook, maybe not. Let me see. Okay, this is their Twitter and Facebook. I had to restart my com. Okay, so, one more time. YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Do you notice a particular theme throughout? You see a particular theme throughout. Can you catch their main message yet? Let's come back to our Wendy. Thank you. Unsettling. Let's take a look at their YouTube. And this is very nice way of doing so. If you have a YouTube channel, please make use of playlists. So what they did is, first, their home video, that means when you're at the channel, the first video that automatically play, that would typically be their main message. Then look at that, they put a playlist of all sorts of videos that is pertaining to that same message, right? And then of course the rest will be other stuff and all the other uploads. But look at their real estate. So this is what a user will see first, right? The first video that autoplays, the playlist. So use that well. Then over at the tweet, same thing. I can still see they have the same banner, they have the same logo, and perhaps Let's just play one of their videos. Hopefully, it don't get you too hungry. But let's go.
Tradition is our most traditional ingredient, which is why we've used the same recipe that was handed down hundreds of days ago. It gives it notes of smoke, sweet applewood, and fresh, never frozen beef. It's the Wendy's Bourbon Bacon Cheeseburger, or as locals call it, the Wendy's Bourbon Bacon Cheeseburger. Handcrafted by hand, aged for 0 years. Local customs say it can only bear that name if it was crafted in a Wendy's.
And it is crafted in a Wendy's.
I'll take that.
Would you like to hear about the fries?
So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think is their message? What are they promoting? Excellent, Josephine. Oh, yes, very country feel. A little bit dark, right? Like in a barn, you know. So the theme, the feel, or rather, I like to say the look and feel. Look at it, the look and feel. Even you just look at the thumbnails of their videos right here. It's also the same uncle throughout. Yeah, if you go down here, there's this bourbon also. It even looks like the same burger, right? The same uncle, right? Is pushing the barrels around, and likewise over at their, oh yeah, I was logged in but I got locked out, right? But never mind, I have slide. So what are they selling? What is the name of the product? Anyone got it? Without me switching over to let you see. Anyone got it? What are they? What is the main product that they are promoting right now? Yes, that's right. That bourbon, bourbon bacon cheeseburger, right? And there's one part I just look up, but I have slides. So you see here, they have that feel the same angle. So it's like, can you see that it's different angle from the YouTube video? Then over at Twitter and Facebook, it is about the same kind of video, but it's from another angle. So it's like, oh, you know, you're like in the, it just give you the feel that, oh yeah, it's like a real person, like you're capturing different aspect of this uncle's life, isn't it? Ah, Instagram, their Instagram, if you go and look at their Instagram, is a little bit off. How come? Can anybody share with me? Typically, would you use the same tone at Facebook, YouTube, Twitter versus Instagram? What kind of tone normally will you adapt to when you are at Instagram? Is it like a friendlier, more casual, or no, I use the same style. Vibrance, right? More casual, more photos. Indeed, Instagram itself is visual. It is seriously visual, right? So your pictures must capture their attention, and you gotta be casual because the audience at IG expect you to be casual, right? So if you go to IG and let's say you're providing a professional service, and then you go to IG and talk shop, doesn't quite gel. So you see, among the three, if you go and look at their Instagram is very different. But because I'm logged out of Instagram, but you can go in and look. No matter how you scroll, nine at a time, nine at a time, nine at a time, right? One of them, at least one of them is always that burger. Not kidding. You go and try, right? Nine at a time, right? You scroll up, at least one pictures is always about a burger. Yes, very different. That's right, Vivian. Then if I go to LinkedIn, I should not use this style. Of course, there are always some experts who says that depending on your business, right? Depending on your business, your tone can change, but still better to be a little bit more professional because that is the expectation of that platform. For LinkedIn, I don't quite call it social media, although it is classified as social media. I kind of call it as like a professional media. So adjust your tone to the audience, right? Even if it's the same person that follows you. A person following you on IG expect one thing, but the same person that follows you on LinkedIn expect another thing. So you got to adjust that tone, that style, but still maintain that consistency. So no matter where you go, you see that Wendy's always have that logo. You still see the burgers no matter what, where you go, that's their business. And this is a very interesting post. So if you log into their Facebook account, you'll be able to see this picture as well. And there's a whole lot of conversation to it. I just checked before I restart my laptop. It is now 1.5K. So over here, shares is now 1.5K. Is the number of comments and shares also increased. So can you share with me over at the chat box? Why do you think this picture is so blur? Could be, huh? That's right. Intriguing, right? So, what is this? Will you think it's because wow, their photography skill so bad? Huh? Will you think so? Or will you comment? That's right, PW. This is really, really a clickbait. But of course, if all your photos are like in this standard, then no. No, it's not a clickbait. It's like it's more like a cockroach bait, right? People will go away, right? So occasionally, maybe you can do this kind of out of the blue trick. So because of this blurry photo, does it give you some sort of impression that the burger is very fast moving? You know, there are certain professional photographers, right? Or you know that you, especially sports, right? There are certain parts that are a little bit blurry to indicate action. Have you seen those? Yeah. So it could also mean that, it's like, very fast moving, right? Very fast moving burgers. You better grab it now. It'll be disappearing soon. No matter what, it generates a whole lot of conversation over at the Facebook. So if you go over to their Facebook, you click on it. Wow. At the top, somebody say, oh, maybe you should use a tripod. Whoa, then everybody go and reply to that particular comment. Say, yeah, but this, but this is this, right? So sometimes a little bit of negativity generated even more people to come and defend you. Wow, very engaging, isn't it, Albert? Please go log in. You have Facebook account, you log in, go to Wendy. Go to this particular post is right quite at the top, maybe third post or something, and then you take a look at what that person say about tripod lah. You need tripod. Wow, then you see all the people jump in and defend defend Wendy's this photograph. But it's ingenious, frankly. But again, if all your photos are like this, please don't, right? Please don't. Just don't. Not everything like this. Occasionally. All right. So one message customized to different platform. So in order to customize it, you need to know your audience in each of these platform. So bourbon, bacon, cheeseburger. Hopefully this stick in your mind for a while as you think about your own content. So you see, one piece of content, catalog it, and you can adjust it, adapt it to suit individual platform. Even if you use the same videos, right? They use some of the same videos on different media as well. Now, so set goals for your campaign and then know your audience. Do your online persona mapping and then come up with a set of branding tools. Is it your color scheme, be it your logo, and use it throughout. look at the banners. They use the same banners as much as possible. Yeah, but of course, adjust especially to IG, right? Your content, maintain a maintain a high quality content, add a little bit of surprises here and there. But although we are not going to emphasize much on this, please have an editorial schedule, an editorial calendar. We'll share with you some. In fact, if you go online and you search editorial calendar, there are like templates out there to help you. For me, I use my Outlook calendar. You know, for calendars, usually you can categorize them. So for Outlook, it let me color it. Each category will have a color code. So I use color coding because I use category, and I have various other different organizations. So I use it to structure it differently and map out my schedule. Right. So things like that, please have a editorial calendar. Yeah. And then because you need to know your message, then you can customize them while still maintaining a common message, right? A common purpose, I must say, right? Because your message could be a blog post. Your message could be that piece of content that you want to promote, like that. Statistics time. Let's come look at some statistics. You may have seen this before, but let me just quickly summarize. Okay, this is the digital. Yes. Oh, like timing, right? So, for example, even if it could be staggered, because for example, you decide on a weekly. A question is, how about can we time it out? Can we stagger it or update it? Let's say you have a few platforms that you want to target, right? Or maybe why not? I just go over there right now. Do I have it here? Hold on, hold on. I am quite sure I still have it here. Give me a sec. Is it this? Aha, editorial calendar. All right. So even HubSpot is like a CRM. So if you have a higher budget, you may consider HubSpot. If you have a slightly lower budget, you may consider Hootsuite. But these are like management system that you can think about. So editorial calendar, you could use even as simple as a Google Sheet. Because if let's say you have a few people that manages that helps you, not just yourself, then perhaps something that you can share online would be good, right? So a spreadsheet, for example, a Google Sheet, or if you like, something called Trello. Have you heard about Trello? Scrolling down to show you. If you go to HubSpot, and you just have to, actually there are a lot of editorial calendar templates out there, but this is one, right? What you can do is, let's say Monday, I want to focus on Facebook. Tuesday, I want to focus on Pinterest. Thursday, I want to focus on something. So you can actually stagger it out. As long as you decided, okay, I'm gonna come out and post something, let's say weekly, for example, right? Or perhaps morning something, afternoon something. Because as you get to know your audience, you may even know what is the good time, what is the best time of the day to post. Then you schedule that as well. So having that calendar will help you a lot. This is Trello. Trello is kind of like like Padlet, if you've seen Padlet. So it is quite a common tool if you want to do this. I think some people also use like Miro for brainstorming and stuff like that. Yeah, but whichever that you use, like this is a Google Sheet. So they have like platform. For me, I prefer calendar style. That means I actually see it like for me, I like to look at 2 weeks calendar style. So every two weeks I scroll, I always see 2 weeks at one go. So that's just my own preferences. Then I color code. I need the colors to remind me. Then red. Oh, very, very important. All right. So let me just paste this here, just in case you are interested to read through this article. All right. Okay. All right. Let me get back here. So Google.com worldwide, number one. YouTube, number two, right? But let's see, Singapore, still Google.com, number one. Then YouTube, number two, right? So let's narrow it down. These are like top website. It can be Google.com. We don't classify under social media, isn't it? But if we focus on just social media, worldwide, Facebook first, then YouTube. right? Then IG, then you go further down, then you see the rest. Singapore, YouTube comes first. Then you got Facebook, then you got IG, then LinkedIn. Quite high, isn't it? So especially if you're providing like professional services, frankly, I will encourage you to focus a little bit more on LinkedIn. Right? Then Twitter, TikTok is there as well. Then you go further down, right? So, if you can catch my drift by now, videos important, right? Videos important. So let's dissect our Singapore users, right? So this is just across the social media and their age group. If your target is like 25 to 34, wow, really, social media indispensable, isn't it? How about we chop it up? IG. So if you look at IG, 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 Facebook, WhatsApp belongs all to Facebook family. So they claim that they can reach 2.5 million Singapore users, right? That's their reach. And although it remains unchanged, you can see the balance a little bit heavier on the female audience more. But LinkedIn, a little bit heavier on the male audience. Interesting, isn't it? But just focus in on this reach here. Three is an increase quarter on quarter. This is this was published in Jan 2021, so it is based on 2020 statistics, right? So 3 million Singapore users. Why not? Yeah, especially you're providing professional products or services. Really, training lah, that kind. Wow. Facebook 3.9 million, and it's still increasing. Frankly, before I see this stat, I thought, Facebook should be kind of like mature already, right? The stagnant, but no, still increased 2.6. Okay, and 3.9 million, slightly also heavier on the male audience. But let's see YouTube. Now YouTube, they don't even have that the percentage change bubble, so I assume it's pretty consistent. Yeah, but 4.96 million users, Singapore users, almost equal, right? 50.1, 49.9, almost equal balance, male versus female balance, isn't it? Oh, but 4.96 billion, that's your potential reach if you just consider Singapore audience, not to mention worldwide, right? When you publish on social media, pretty much you are reaching a global audience, isn't it? Okay, let's look at profile a little bit more. Not Singapore, but overall, right? That's all this research published. You can see for IG, a younger audience. Yeah, you can see that two bars so big down there. It's 18 to 34. So if you're targeting slightly younger versus LinkedIn is more around the 30s, a lot more, isn't it? Focus on the 30s. Facebook, you look at Facebook and you just compare the bottom. Can you see the skew? So it for YouTube, as we expected, the audience younger, so you can see pretty much tilting to the left, whereas for Facebook is a little bit more centered. Yeah, so if you're looking at a more mature audience, then Facebook might be probable. But no matter what, all these social media allows you to post videos, right? Yeah, so if you're already YouTuber, you already have a channel, maybe you can even think about reusing some of your current videos and try Facebook. FaceTime is different. FaceTime is like a WhatsApp. It's like a video call, more for video call, and limited to iOS. We don't want to limit, right? Even like if you heard of this Clubhouse, the audio social media, they have just announced their Android version in US, and it's coming over to Asia. It's just a matter of time. It's coming over, right? So what about Twitter? Wow, the most interesting profile. Look at the Twitter users. Very balanced, isn't it? Look at the Twitter users. So if yours is like an evergreen, or you want to look for networking or stuff like that, Twitter would be good. So now we want to go into each of these platforms and take a look. All right. So content on YouTube. Now, yes, there's many long form, pretty much means very long video. We call it long form videos on YouTube. But really, what is your limit? Can you share with me what is your average watch time on any YouTube video? On average, an hour, 10 minutes, 3 seconds. Over at our chat box, 2 to 3 minutes. Wow, that's pretty short. Oh, 5 to 1 hour. Oh, 5 minutes to 1 hour, Nicole. I guess that depends on what topic you're looking for, right? 1 hour, 10 minutes, maximum 10 minutes. Now, yeah, I like to see the 10 minutes there because here, yes, it says 15 minutes, right? But pretty much well known that the YouTubers normally keep to the 10 minutes. Agree? Interestingly, yeah, mostly 10 minutes. So I would like to recommend 10 minutes if you want to start. So let's say you are not doing, let's say you are just starting out on YouTube. Maybe keep it to 10 minutes. Not true. Dahi, can you please share with me how long your videos are that you think is best? Now, over here, of course, different industry would have different thing. But in general, that is the kind of recommended Dahi Dani. What is the duration that is most from you? Yes. Right now, especially if you're doing things like this, like webinars. So a lot of companies also they do a live stream multi-platform, and then they will take this and publish on YouTube as well. Now, YouTube is trying to encourage long form so that they can get higher engagement in per se. The thing is this, your video, if you want to go for a long form, by all means, but remember to keep it engaging. Yeah, because the typical attention span can't last that long unless that topic is seriously relevant to that user. So I assume maybe yours is more on educational side, maybe more on a very particular niche or investment talk. Yeah. So for example, if it's a webinar that I'm interested at and I cannot attend, right? And then they publish the recording at YouTube, I will watch like that, right? So intention is that. Now, there is an article, there is this thing about SEO. So we talk about SEO, but during the session, we talk about just like, for example, search engine SEO. So even within YouTube, YouTube also has its own SEO. You know, when you go to the main page and they have the recommended ones, and then when you type in something on their YouTube search, right? What about the videos that they decide to show you? Yeah, one of the factor is completion rate. That means they also track the user that watch your video, how many of them watch all the way to the end. Okay, so if your video is shorter, then that factor will increase, right? The chances of them completing that video will increase. Whereas if it's long form, then yeah, it's a harder, yeah. But still, if it's a 1 hour talk, the user stay for 1 hour is a win-win, isn't it? Okay, so coming to this content as well, remember the playlist is a very good method of promoting certain things. So like Wendy promoting that burger, so they put a YouTube playlist right there in front. So let's say, for example, your company produce let's say training, right? So there are a few topics that your company training focuses on. Then maybe you want to have a playlist for each of those main topic as and put it out there so that when the user come to your website, first of all, your YouTube channel, first of all, they very quickly they know, you offer this kind of topics, right? And then they can just click on any of the playlists, they can consume that topic. So playlist is a pretty good tool on YouTube as well. Now, there is the link to this article is inside the slides, which will be made available to you, so not to worry. So in this particular is written by Visme, right? And it talk about video lengths across various platforms. So over here, they suggest that, you talk about short form video, 7 to 15 minutes. And then further down the road, further down the page, when it says during the FAQ, again, they recommend 10 minutes, right? So let's say for you, for us, let's say right now we are at YouTube and we put in this keyword, how to increase my productivity. A, B, or C, which one will you click on? Just looking at the surface, right? How to increase my productivity? What will you click on? A, B, or C? Over our chat box, please. Oh, I got, more A's, one C so far. Yeah? Oh, overwhelmingly A, right? So will I. So looking at their tips, right? First of all, 1 hour. To watch 1 hour, I must have the time, right? So I probably will not click B. See, this is how my mind works, huh? So yours will be different, right? So then C doesn't quite, I don't know, a bit strange. But A, very, very clearly, the thumbnail looks good. It is very clear how to be productive. I will click on that. It's about 10 minutes. Okay, I can spare that time. I will go in and watch, right? So the tips over at this article produced by Visme is that here clear from fluff. That means go straight to the point, right? Thumbnail. Wow, really, thumbnail. We are visual creature, most of us, most of us, right? When we look at thumbnails, we will already determine, is it good or not. So when you go to YouTube, first thing nowadays, the next time you go to YouTube, take a look at whether the YouTuber at least spend some time to make a nice, good thumbnail. And the thumbnail can really determine whether you want to click on it or not. It helps, right? And start with a hook. Let's say, I want to click on B. Let's say I finish A already, then I want to click on B. Maybe within the 1 hour, I will get what I want, right? So when I go in, what's the start like? Perhaps now if you go to those YouTube videos, pay attention to when you watch a YouTube video, more often than not, the YouTuber will start telling you what he or she is going to cover, right? So give you the hook. Then the advertisement come in, the pitch comes in, and then they go into each of the topics they covered like that. So begin with a hook would be nice because just our attention. We click on it, analyze a little bit, maybe not even analyze, right? And then we decide to continue watching or not. So that's YouTube. How about Twitter? Yeah. Oh, those I will click away, Albert. Yes. Agree, right? So cut out the fluff. Don't be fluffy, right? Keep fluffy as soft toys, right? So over at Twitter, people who are on Twitter, not to mention the 280 characters, right? We are so used to it being brief. Now, the thing about Twitter user surveys is that Twitter user tend to check it a few times a day, but very quickly, right? So your messages over at Twitter got to be even more succinct, got to be even more short as possible, but you got to have that hook as soon as possible, right? So here they are saying you can have up to like 1 minute maximum because everything got to be short over at Twitter because that's just the nature of that social media, isn't it? That platform itself. It got to be eye-catching, got to be intriguing, whether it's text, like this the thumbnail itself. Oh, secret Facebook group. Yeah, Vivian, long break, watch something, right? Short, interesting, right? Look at the way Vivian put it. Only when I have a very short time, then I'll check Twitter. Then brief, I get out already. I got more time, I will watch like YouTube, right? Same. And it is just the nature of the beast, just the nature of that social platform. Yeah. Watch this. This is Wendy's tweet about breakfast bets. A secret Facebook group. Okay, later we'll revisit this. Okay, continue down. Then now, I'm not quite sure whether you use Twitter for customer support as well, right? So if you use Twitter as customer support, is recommended to have separate accounts, right? So one purely on customer support and one for more, other publication, other kind of posts, right? The thing is, if you want to use Twitter or in fact any social media for customer support, you got to monitor it. Because it's just the nature of the beast. We just expect faster response. If you want to put yourself out at social media, especially Twitter, fast, right? Do make sure you monitor it. There are like monitoring tools. So if you search on social media monitoring tools, you get like maybe like Hootsuite, that kind of stuff, right? So you may want to consider that. If you don't have the manpower to constantly monitor it, isn't it? Right? So same article. So you already have the link, right? It talked about the Twitter video length. Yeah, we of course we can post video tag too, but again, it gotta be short, short, short. So over here, it's recommended if you want to put a video up in Twitter, keep it like 20 seconds will be good. Short, like seconds, right? As you can see over here, they suggest some survey statistics that it seems to be so people, it's just more engagement when you have videos, right? Over here, 10 times more engagement, it says here. And the thing is, remember brief, right? Twitter very brief. So your caption also very important. There is this survey here that says that I wonder if it applies to you too. If you are normally Twitter, let's say we do it on our phone, right? We watch the video in silent mode. Do you watch video on your phone with audio off? Over at the chat box, please. A yes or no? Let's see if this survey is applicable to our audience today. Silent? Yeah? Yes? Yes. So, you know what is more important now? Caption, i.e. subtitles. Yes, subtitles. Yeah, so even if you have a video, even if it's 20 seconds, make sure you have caption. Yeah, sound off in public transport, right? So for my phone, just now I panicked again. I couldn't find my phone, right? And also I just on it silent mode throughout. Yeah. Uh, it has now become a situation whereby if there's a ring, like loud ring, I will jump, right? So it's silent throughout. So even at home, my phone is also silent. So if I watch, it's actually silent mode. So very importantly, please make sure if you can have caption on your videos, or get creative with your caption. Like have different fonts, overlays, and things like that. But pay attention to the caption or text overlay. Huh? Yeah, that's right. And Twitter, I think it helps a lot. So it actually encourage people to check anytime, anywhere. Realize that? You realize what is the psychology behind the default off audio? Yeah, so your boss can't catch you, if you like quickly check. Yeah. So caption, please. Yes, in fact, you see, there are more and more. Question is, how about caption on, let's say, YouTube or actually everywhere? Thank you, Evelyn, to remind me on that. Everywhere, Facebook, whatsoever, because there are more and more. The number of mobile-only users is increasing, right? In SEO, we mentioned that now, from since March this year, the Google Spider that goes out and crawl the net for SEO, it is now on a mobile only indexing. That means they only crawl your mobile only site. So they know the increasing exponentially on the number of users that just on mobile only. So look at them. If Google is using it, we better pay attention, right? Move on, just focusing on mobile sites. They are not even looking at your laptop, your computer, your PC, that normal website. They are not even crawling that anymore. So yes, if you have a video, even if it's on YouTube, YouTube has the auto you can actually auto generate the caption, right? But not very reliable. Like for me, I know I have a very heavy Singapore accent, right? So if I use the auto live caption, oh my goodness, don't know what will come out. So if I want to put my own caption, that will be easier for my user. First, they don't have to deliberately turn it on. Second, it will be according to what my intended speech would be, right? Thank you for that question. Okay, coming back to the content on Facebook. Yeah. Facebook story. So even actually, if you think about it, if you force yourself to create short video, then you cannot you have to cut out the fluff, isn't it? You have to like get straight to the point. You have to get as creative as possible, as quickly as possible, right? So over here, it's just so cute. You see the way that they do this kind of videos. 5 seconds only. Actually, it's less than 5 seconds for this. We know, oh, something to do with 25 cents or converted to Sing is 50 cents, right? So things like that. All right. So Facebook content, stories, and remember this tweet? Cross-platform. Yeah, so this is for cross-platform. So I published this over at Twitter to talk about Facebook group, right? Then, of course, my Facebook group have a tweet like this, have a post like this to say, okay, come join our secret Facebook group. Yeah. So you are actually trying to bring the users from Twitter to join you on Facebook as well. Right? Remember, Twitter is one company, Facebook is another company, right? YouTube belongs to Google. Yeah. LinkedIn, Microsoft. So maybe you want to cross platform. Same article, so you have the link. So talk about live stream, right? So last Saturday we did a quick survey on the audience. We say which among you would you prefer live? And it seems to be so. So if you want to go live, try to go for at least 10 minutes because interestingly, Facebook generates some notification after 10 minutes, right? So be at least 10 minutes live, right? And then again, here it says Facebook user 85% also use it on their phone without sound. So captions, right? Now, the thing about Facebook is this. Remember, YouTube belongs to Google, right? Facebook, of course, Facebook. So let's say I have a video at YouTube. So now it's considered native to YouTube. Then over at Facebook, I publish a link to my YouTube. Facebook algorithm, no like. Okay, Facebook would prefer that you upload the video natively into Facebook itself. That's what the algorithm like. And you can imagine why, isn't it? Of course, they want to keep user within their platform. So if you publish something, a post that bring user out, right? So if user click on that YouTube link, it will get out of Facebook, go to YouTube, isn't it? There goes one user. So Facebook algorithm, no like. Yeah. So if you can upload it natively to the platform and play it within the YouTube, Facebook. All right. And mention your brand within the first 3 seconds. Our attention span nowadays, people say our attention span is lesser than a goldfish nowadays, and is to me at least is true. Yeah. So if you mention your brand only towards the end, don't be a storybook. Storybook, you keep people suspend until the last chapter. No. Here is like ASAP. Show your brand, show the people within the first 3 seconds will be good. Yeah. IG. Wow, IG. IG picture, as somebody already mentioned, right? IG. Picture gotta be engaging. Please use the stickers. The stickers very good for interaction. If you recall on Saturday, if you were with me, one of the videos mentioned, you add some interaction on the IG post, right? And it increased the engagement for him for that that post is the same. Okay, there are like poll sticker, there are question speaker, which is fun. Question, you let people key in. Like for example, Airbnb did this, and then, oh, what is your favorite place? Then people key in like that. All right, so use the sticker and give people some interaction would be good. Yeah, IG. Then there's also another design element that I want to talk about. So I want to quickly move over to back to here. It's about this IG, the night grid. The night grid. Please make full use of it, because this is the first impression. If I go to your Instagram and then I'll see this night pic. Oh, you can use it to convey a very, very nice branded look. Look at how these people are using it. First, color theme is the easiest, frankly. Color theme, if you maintain a certain color and it's spread over this night grid, it's just the easiest way to maintain a consistent look, right? Consistency, yeah. So this is one way. And this is another color scheme that they have. Blues, maybe like a little bit aqua, but still in that kind of range, isn't it? Or in this article, I can't remember whether this is inside the source, but I just paste it over our chat box. So do check this out. It's a very nice article, lots of visual example, which I like. And then they even recommend this that is free. Like, it's not easy to post night grid, so this will help you. Now, look at this. Oh, color, so lively, right? But there's a certain pink concentration here, right? Different shades of pink. And look at that. Or maybe you want to use a prop, like a thing, like a mascot. So you can see very obviously this big flower is their prop, or is their mascot, or is their focus. And no matter which of this picture, the flower is there, maybe various shape, but you can see, oh, such a beautiful look, isn't it? Huh? So hopefully, if you have an IG, think about your night grid. Your night grid is very, very important, that first impression. Okay, coming back to slides. Right, so like for example, in the slide, they give us this particular mindful mason, more of like a pastel kind of color theme, like that. Yeah, but if you are like for example, like yellow stands out, or like orange stands out, things like that. But if yours is like, your business is more of a, let's say yours is like a mindfulness kind of agency, right? Then you want to choose a color that suits more peaceful, like in the blue tone, things like that. So color plays a lot in visual aspect. A little bit of color psychology, if you heard of that term. It works. All right, so content on IG. So do again, talking about schedule, please go look for a nice decide on a nice way of doing your editorial calendar, and then start using it. Map out your schedule. I use a calendar, my own email calendar, is also because it has a reminder. I need reminders. Yeah, sad to say. Right, so if you have a little bit more budget, then maybe you want to look at other platforms. So for example, TweetDeck, there's also like a mentioned like Hootsuite, and a higher range will be like HubSpot, that can help you manage even things outside social media and things like that. But if you just go search for it, you'll see a lot. So there is a question from Nicole. If you have different products, right? Target different markets. Night grid photo target a certain market in a blog, or share different professional photos. Oh, I say, to me, because I'm more visual, I would suggest that the look come first, right? The look will come first. Even if let's say you have various ages, right? Like a family style, then maybe you have different age group also in that night grid. But again, consistency and color theme, perhaps like a mascot. Put your product like placement nicely. Yeah. color theme would be the easiest to go for. So if let's say you're just experimenting now, why not go for the color? It's the easiest, I would think, to take the photograph. Select, or even if you don't want to use the any of the software there, you can just let's say you are like Photoshop, right? Photoshop let you put the pictures together, or cut and paste into PowerPoint, and then put them together and see what is nice. Have a certain theme which could be color mode. Then maybe in your assuming you have a catalog, right? A photo catalog, a photo database, and then you look through and pick those that looks nice together. Would be great. I hope that answers. Now IG, IG comes up because of TikTok, right? So IG solution for TikTok, to compete in that space is IGTV. So with IGTV, you can have like a longer videos. Again, if you read through the articles that is in the sources, most will recommend 10 minutes too. So leave it to you. TikTok, of course, in seconds, because that's how fast TikTok users are. They want to be entertained quickly. Oh yes. Thank you, Zheng Wei. Okay, so the article is by Visme. So if you go down, you read the article, right at the end, of course, a little bit of self-pitch there, but it's nice. They only do it at the end, content marketing, right? Then Canva is the other one that I would recommend, like Zheng will also recommend. So the thing is this, because if you are a non-designer, but you still have to design things, non-designer can design too with this kind of template. So Visme offers template as well. Let me scroll all the way up. Right, if you over here, if you look at create, they have lots of templates here. You see templates. When you come to this article to slowly read through, which I would highly recommend you to do so. Yes, you can do so. And Canva, I prefer Canva personally. Maybe I don't know. I guess maybe because I start using it for years. So Canva has free. There's always like a free version, but the truly then the pictures, the templates you can use are limited. But that could be sufficient to start you off. If Lynn, you prefer Canva too. Me too. So as a start, I would still recommend Canva, and then maybe you go to Visme for other templates. The more templates, the better, right? Especially for non-designer who has to design, right? So see lots of templates in many different categories. Again, the free version, limited resources. Of course, they have to earn money somewhere, somehow, right? If you like it, then maybe you can consider a subscription. But the free version, most of the time, if you're not like if you don't have to, before you run out of ideas, it could be a good start. Okay, these are the sources that I mentioned. At the end, before I say goodbye, I like to share something, food for your thoughts. What if, ladies and gentlemen, what if, let's say, come up with all this content, right? What if there's an AI that helps you generate content? Will you like it? Yes or no over at our chat box? Would you like AI to help you generate? Yes, okay. This is my typical end of the session oversharing part. Yes, why not? Okay, here we go. All right, this is the oversharing part. Ready? Oh, but first, I would like you to watch a little clip. Okay, so there's something called GPT-3. Have you heard of GPT-3? Let me see. Yes, GPT-3. Have you heard of this GPT-3? GPT-3. No? Never mind. Watch this, and I'll be right back.
In December of 2017, a group of researchers asked themselves, will AI be writing most of the computer code out there? They estimated that this could happen by 2040. The thing is, we may be already seeing the start of that. We've previously talked about AutoML by Google, an AI that can write computer code. But this next AI is a step above that just in terms of how general it seems. But there may be some things going on below the surface, and we'll get into that in the second half of this episode. So let's take a look.
You are watching Cold Fusion TV.
GPT-3, or Generative Pre-trained Transformer 3, is a deep learning algorithm that produces human-like text. It's the third generation language prediction model created by San Francisco startup OpenAI, which was co-founded by Elon Musk. This program is better than any prior program at producing text which could have been written by a human. The reason that this is such a breakthrough is that it may prove useful to many companies and has great potential in automating tasks. Just imagine an AI that can write anything. You feed it poems from a particular poet, and it will write a new one with the same rhythm and genre. It can write news articles, like this one published by The Guardian. Yes, this news article was produced by an AI. It can write computer code in any language. It can read an article, answer questions from the information in the article, and even summarize that article for you. Not to mention, it can also generate pictures from text. Some of these things aren't new by themselves, but doing all of these things under the same algorithm is pretty impressive. The internet is buzzing with its release. David Chalmers, an Australian philosopher, described GPT-3 as, quote, one of the most interesting and important AI systems ever produced. A review in Wired said that GPT-3 was, quote, provoking chills across Silicon Valley. The National Law Review said GPT-3 is, quote, an impressive step in the larger process towards a more general intelligence. Instead of just talking about it, let me show you. Here are some examples of beta testers on Twitter putting the AI through its paces. Here it is writing some Java code just when given a text description. Or, how about making a mock-up website by just copying and pasting a URL with a description? In this example, it finished writing an essay on how to run an effective board meeting. The results were so good that the user actually plans on using it. In this next example, after receiving the input of a complicated explanation of Bitcoin, the AI summarizes it and explains it in simple terms. Here, it demonstrates some understanding of objects. It can even explain computer code back to you in plain English, or even suggest improvements. Or, how about building a machine learning model just by describing the dataset and required output? No coding required. What about a Turing test? AI usually struggles at common sense, but GPT-3 flies through these examples.
I'm just going to just skip over.
Your name is at great minds
so
of our
it can
times.
have like
I
dialogues.
guess I can spare a few minutes.
It can have dialogues. It can generate pictures like this. Just generate, and it will generate pictures and all sorts of things that it can do. I'm just going to go over to my browser once more and share with you even more news. GPT-3 has a demo site, so you can see what kind of things that they have already developed or people are developing. So all this ad generation, AI writing, content creation, and all these are here. So let's say you just want to maybe you want to develop a website, who knows? But all sorts of things are here. there's already one that you can go and let's say you want to why not try to have a 7 day trial. I dare not try now because if I try now, then 7 days gone. No? So yeah, why not try it 7 days? And then if you go to YouTube and then you type in copy.ai review, there are people already using it. So before you start your 7 day free trial, maybe go research a little bit. Hey, guess what? Singapore has one relatively new company that wants to use AI for copywriting, my dear ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, and I would like you to guess. This is their website, right? I would like you to guess which one do you think is created by or is written by the AI, A or B? Over our chat box, please. Written by AI, A or B? It looks like more B's, a couple of A's. No, Nikki, no trick. No trick. Nikki said, what you both? No trick. Huh? Looks like B still leading. A little bit more A's now. Okay, once it slow down a little bit, yeah, looks like definitely B has more votes right now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Ta-da! A is written by their AI. Huh? Gary? Yes, Josephine, so happy that she guessed right. Yeah, and not bad, right? Wow, I don't think I can write so nicely either. So yeah, amazing, right? So this is up and coming. Oh, by the way, when I Google them, they are currently looking for interns. So who knows if you're interested. All right, then there's this use topic. Come, give me a topic. Give me a topic. This is the free demo part. So there's a limit to how many topics I can pay. So yesterday I used up my quota already. So you cannot enter? Wait. Oh, I try cats first. Okay. Idea. On Saturday, somebody asked me, one of our participants asked, wow, cannot think of ideas. How? Block idea generator. Yeah. Okay. Oh, not bad. So they suggest this. Oh, do you have a batch nasi lemak? Okay, no more, please. In case I reach, not bad, huh? T.S. Eliot, William Blake. How about nasi lemak? This is developed in US. Let's see how US AI work for nasi lemak. Wow, not bad leh. Call SX. They know what is, this GPT-3 know what is nasi lemak. Okay, wait. Last one. Oh. Not bad. They got coconut, right? Coconut rice is good. How about, do you have a batch? Noodle. Yeah. Rice and noodle, but it got the rice part correct, leh? Okay. Batch quality. Wow. I don't know. Is this what you are expecting, Joey? Oh, looks fun, huh? I'm going to paste it here for you to play with. But do remember that there is like a cap. How many? I can't remember how many I played with yesterday before they locked me out. Yeah. So things like that. Then there is also like questions. So this one is whereby you can you type an answer. They will give you all the question. Then there is also like AI. If you want to play with a chatbox AI, this AI named Leah. Leah is French based actually, created by French people, and she has her own Instagram. How about just give me one question to ask Leah? And she studied quantum physics. Wow, sad. Hi there. Good evening. One question. What is it? Oh, cool. Hold on. Let me type here. Oh. No good. No raise. not good. But they answer things like, oh, are you a good friend of say, oh, Chima? The longest answer she gave normally is about quantum physics and philosophy. Oh, I like philosophy. Oh, Sophie's Choice. You heard of Sophie's World? It's a really good book. Too many. Okay, people, I gave you the link already, so you can play with that. All right, and with that,
December.
thank you so much,
So what is
everybody, for being here.